Numbers, chapter 18. And the Lord, and the Lord said unto Aaron, Thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary. And thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of our priesthood. And thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee, and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. And they shall keep thy charge, and the charge of all the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor ye also die. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, for all the service of the tabernacle. And a stranger shall not come nigh unto you, and ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary, and the charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel to you. They are given as a gift for God, for the Lord, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest office, for everything of the altar, and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, Behold, I also have given thee the charge of mine heave offerings, of all the hallowed things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by an ordinance forever. This shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire, every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. In the most holy place shalt thou eat. Every man shall eat it. It shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons and to thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. Every one that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and of the wheat, the first fruits of them, which they shall offer unto the Lord. Them have I given thee. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, which they shall bring unto the Lord, shall be thine. Every one that is clean in thine house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that openeth the matrix in all flesh, which they bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts shalt thou redeem. Shalt thou redeem. And those that are to be redeemed from a month old shalt thou redeem, according to thine estimation, for the money of 5 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the flesh of them shall be thine, as the wave breast, and as the right shoulder are thine. All the heave offerings of the holy things which the children of Israel offer unto the Lord have I given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord, unto thee and to thy seed with thee. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Israel all the 10th in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as an heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said unto them, among the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, When ye take of the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a 10th part of the tithe. And this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. Thus ye also shall offer an heave offering unto the Lord of all your tithes, which ye receive of the children of Israel, and ye shall give thereof the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering of the Lord, of all the best thereof, even the hallowed part thereof, out of it. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. And ye shall eat every place, and ye and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation, and ye shall bear no sin by reason of it. When ye have heaved from it the best of it, neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die. And the Lord, Numbers chapter 19, and the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord hath commanded, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, wherein is no blemish, and upon which never came yoke. And ye shall give her unto Eleazar the priest, that he may bring forth without the camp, that he may bring her forth without the camp. And one shall slay her before his face. And Eleazar the priest shall take of her blood with his finger, and sprinkle of her blood directly before the tabernacle of the congregation 7 times. And one shall burn the heifer in his sight, her skin, and her flesh, and her blood, and with her dung shall he burn. And the priest shall take cedar wood, and hyssop, and scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. And the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp. And the priest shall be unclean until the even. And he that burneth her shall wash his clothes in water, and bathe his flesh in water, and shall be unclean until the even. And a man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer, and lay them up without the camp in a clean place, and it shall be kept for the congregation of the children of Israel for a water of separation. It is a purification for sin. And he that gathereth ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. And it shall be unto the children of Israel, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among them, for a statute forever. He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day. And on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean. Whosoever toucheth the dead body of any man that is dead, and purifieth not himself, defileth the tabernacle of the Lord. And that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. This is the law. When a man dieth in a tent, all that come into the tent, and all that is in the tent, shall be unclean 7 days. And every open vessel which hath no covering bound upon it is unclean. And whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. And for an unclean person, they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel. And a clean person shall take hyssop, and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it upon the tent, and upon all the vessels, and upon the persons that were there, and upon him that touched a bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the third day, and on the seventh day, and on the seventh day he shall purify himself, and wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and shall be unclean at even. And the man that shall be unclean, and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the congregation, because he hath defiled the sanctuary of the Lord. The water of separation hath not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them, that he that sprinkleth the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that toucheth the water of separation shall be unclean until even. And whatsoever the unclean person toucheth shall be unclean, and the soul that toucheth it shall be unclean until even. Numbers chapter 20. Numbers chapter 20. And then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month. And the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there, and was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people chode with Moses, and spake, saying, Would God that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord. And why have ye brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? And wherefore have ye made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us in unto this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the rod, and gather thou the assembly together, and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes. And it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord, as he commanded him, and Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. And the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, Because ye believed me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord, and he was sanctified in them. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the kingdom of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, Thou knowest all the travail that hath befallen us, how our fathers went down into Egypt, And we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice. And he sent an angel, and hath brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the uttermost of thy border. Let us, I pray thee, let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn into the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway. And if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, Thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border. Wherefore Israel turned away from him. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, journeyed from Kadesh and came into Mount Hor. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in Mount Hor by the coast of the land of Edom, saying, Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, for he shall not enter into the land which I have given unto the children of Israel, because ye rebelled against my word at the water of Meribah. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them up unto Hor, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, and shall die there. And Moses did as the Lord commanded. And they went up into Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation, and Moses stripped Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron died there in the top of the mount. And Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned for Aaron 30 days, even all the house of Israel. Luke chapter 11. And it came to pass that, as he was praying in a certain place, when he ceased, one of his disciples said unto him, Lord, teach us to pray, as John also taught his disciples. And he said unto them, When ye pray, say, Our Father, which art in heaven. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so in earth. Give us day by day our daily bread. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done, as in heaven, so in earth. Give us day by day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, for we also forgive everyone that is indebted to us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And he said unto them, which of you shall have a friend, and shall go unto him at midnight, and say unto him, Friend, lend me 3 loaves, for a friend of mine in his journey is come to me, and I have nothing to set before him. And he from within shall answer and say, Trouble me not. The door is now shut, and my children are with me in bed. I cannot rise and give thee. I say unto you, though he will not rise and give him, because he is his friend, yet because of his importunity, he will rise and give him as many as he needeth. And I say unto you, ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. If a son shall ask bread of any of you, that is a father, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he for a fish give him a serpent? Or if he shall ask an egg, will he offer him a scorpion? If ye, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your heavenly Father give the Holy Spirit to them that ask him? And he was casting out a devil, and it was dumb. And it came to pass, when the devil was gone out, the dumb spake, and the people wondered. But some of them said, He casteth out devils through Beelzebub, the chief of the devils. And others, tempting him, sought of him a sign from heaven. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because he say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your sons cast them out? Therefore shall they be your judges. But if I, with the finger of God, cast out devils, no doubt the kingdom of God is come upon you. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace. But when a stronger than he shall come upon him and overcome him, he taketh from him all his armor, wherein he trusted, and divided his spoils. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth. Yep. But when a stronger than he come upon him and overcome him, he taketh from him all his armor, wherein he trusted, and divideth his spoils. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest. And finding none, he saith, I will return unto my house whence I came out. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. Then goeth he, and taketh to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked. But he said, Yea, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it. And when the people were gathered thick together, he began to say, This is an evil generation. They seek a sign, and there shall no sign be given it, but the sign of Jonas the prophet. For as Jonas was a sign unto the Ninevites, so shall also the Son of Man be to this generation. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with the men of this generation and condemn them, for she came from the utmost part of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. And behold, a greater than Solomon is here. And the men of Nineveh, 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 shall rise up in the judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, for they repented at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, a greater than Jonas is here. No man, when he hath lighted a candle, putteth it in a secret place, neither under a bushel, but on a candlestick, that they which come in may see the light. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thine eye is single, the whole body also is full of light. But when thine eye is evil, thy body also is full of darkness. Take heed, therefore, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. If thy whole body, therefore, be full of light, having no part dark, the whole shall be full of light, as when the bright shining of a candle doth give thee light. And as he spake, a certain Pharisee besought him to dine with him. And he went in and sat down to meat. And when the Pharisee saw it, he marveled that he had not first washed before dinner. And the Lord said unto him, Now do ye Pharisees make clean the outside of the cup and the platter, but your inward part is full of ravening and wickedness. Ye fools, did not he that made that which is without make that which is within also? But rather give alms of such things as ye have, and behold, all things are clean unto you. But woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye tithe mint and rue and all manner of herbs, and pass over judgment and the love of God. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. But woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye tithe mint and rue and all manner of herbs, and pass over judgment and the love of God. Judgment and the love of God. Judgment and the love of God. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye love the uppermost seats in the synagogues and greetings in the markets. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are as graves which appear not, and the men that walk over them are not aware of them. Then answered one of the lawyers and said unto him, Master, thus saying thou reproachest us also. And he said, Woe unto you also, ye lawyers. Ah! Yeah. Woo. He said, oh, I got something for you too. I have something for you too. Then he, woe unto you also, ye lawyers, for ye laid men with burdens grievous to be borne, and ye yourselves touch not the burdens with one of your fingers. Woe unto you, for ye build the sepulchres, for ye build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers killed them. Truly ye bear witness that ye allow the deeds of your fathers. For they indeed kill them, and ye build their sepulchres. Therefore also said the wisdom of God, I will send them prophets and apostles, and some of them shall slay and persecute. And some of them they shall slay and persecute. And the blood of all the prophets, which was shed from the foundation of the world, may be required of this generation. And the blood of all the prophets, which was shed from the foundation of the world, may be required of this generation. From the blood of Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, which perished between the altar and the temple. Verily I say unto you, it shall be required of this generation. Woe unto you lawyers, for ye have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in ye hindered. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering ye hindered. And as he said these things unto them, the scribes and the Pharisees began to urge him vehemently and to provoke him to speak of many things, laying wait for him and seeking to catch him out of his mouth, that they might accuse him. I don't know what to say for you. Pitiful. Okay, next. Where is we? All right. First Corinthians chapter 14. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto God, for no man understandeth him. Howbeit in the Spirit he speaketh mysteries. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. And he that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church. I would that ye all spake with tongues, but rather that ye prophesied. For greater is he that prophesieth than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret, that the church may receive edifying. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you, except I shall speak to you either by revelation, or by knowledge, or by prophesying, or by doctrine? And even things without life giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harped? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? So likewise, ye, except ye utter by the tongue words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken? For ye shall speak into the air. There are, it may be, so many kinds of voices in the world, and none of them is without signification. Signification. Therefore, if I know not the meaning of the voice, I shall be unto him that speaketh a barbarian. Okay. Therefore, if I know not the meaning of his voice, I shall be unto him that speaketh a barbarian, and he that speaketh shall be a barbarian unto me. Even so ye, forasmuch as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, seek that ye may excel to the edifying of the church. Wherefore let him that speaketh in an unknown tongue pray that he may interpret. For if I pray in an unknown tongue, my spirit prayeth, but my understanding is unfruitful. What is it then? I will pray with the Spirit, and I will pray with the understanding also. I will sing with the Spirit, and I will sing with the understanding also. Else when thou shalt bless with the Spirit, how shall he that occupieth the room of the unlearned say Amen at thy giving of thanks, seeing he understandeth not what thou sayest? For if thou verily givest thanks well, but the other is not, for thou verily givest thanks well, but the other is not edified. I thank my God, I speak with tongues more than ye all. Yet in the church I had rather speak 5 words with my understanding, that by my voice I might teach others also, than 10,000 words in an unknown tongue. Brethren, be not children in understanding. Howbeit in malice be ye children. Howbeit in malice be ye children, but in understanding be men. Howbeit in malice be ye children, but in understanding be men. In the law it is written, with men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto this people. And yet, for all that will they not hear me, saith the Lord. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. If therefore the whole church be come together into one place, and all speak with tongues, and there come in those that are unlearned or unbelievers, will they not say that ye are mad? But if all prophesy, and there come in one that believeth not, or one unlearned, he is convinced of all, he is judged of all, and thus are the secrets of his heart made manifest. And so falling down on his face, he will worship God, and report that God is in you of a truth. How is it then, brethren, when ye come together, every one of you that hath a psalm, hath a doctrine, hath a tongue, hath a revelation, hath an interpretation, let all things be done unto edifying. If any man speak in an unknown tongue, let it be by two, or the most by three, and that by course, and let one interpret. But if there be no interpreter, let him keep silence in the church, and let him speak to himself and to God. Let the prophets speak 2 or 3, and let the other judge. Okay? If anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace. For ye may all prophesy by one, that all may learn, and all may be comforted. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. For it is a shame for women to speak, woman to speak in the church. What came the word of God out from you, or came it unto you only? If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophecy, and forbid not to speak the tongues. Let all things be done decently and in order. things be done decently and in order. Let all things be done decently and in order. Let all things be done decently and in order. Psalm 76. Psalm 76, to the chief musician on Neganoth, a psalm or a song of Asaph. In Judah is God known. His name is great in Israel. In Salem also is his tabernacle and his dwelling place in Zion. There break he the arrows of the bow, the shield and the sword and the battle, Selah. Thou art more glorious and excellent than the mountains of prey. The stout-hearted are spoiled. They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands. At any rebuke, O God of Jacob, both the chariot and horse are cast into a dead sleep. Even thou art to be feared, and who may stand in thy sight? And who may stand in thy sight when once thou art angry? Thou didst cause judgment to be heard from heaven. The earth feared and was still. When God arose to judgment, to save all the meek of the earth, Selah. Surely the wrath of man shall praise thee. The remainder of wrath shalt thou restrain. Vow and pay unto the Lord your God. Let all that round about, vow and pay unto the Lord your God. Let all that be round about him bring presents unto him. Let all that be round about him bring presents unto him that ought to be feared. He shall cut off the spirit of princes. He is terrible to the kings of the earth. Yes, sir. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Telecommunications and mass media strategy. The black experts to use black experts to establish a national daily newspaper, a television and radio network, and film distributorship. Daily newspaper, a television, wrote it down somewhere. We can write it. Oh, here. This, put this right, shim. All right, and you already wrote it down. In order to achieve the Powernomics vision of a Black America that is self sufficient and competitive, we must have a national means to communicate, inform, and disseminate images of ourselves. Mass media and all other areas of telecommunications could be a base for vertically integrated industries. We call on the few Black telecommunications owners and the greater number of professionals in the field to adopt the Powernomics vision as their own and apply their skills to develop these industries. We also call on them to take the lead in guiding other Blacks to identify and develop more specific action steps. Blacks from this highly skilled group should be encouraged and supported to become entrepreneurs and special advocates who guide the government to develop policies that increase Black ownership. Current owners and employees in telecommunications and media have the knowledge and understanding to help government and corporations correct the historical inequities that are now built into ownership. The action steps below should provide beginning points to Blacks interested in building industries in telecommunications. In the area of government, Blacks can focus efforts to change the flawed foundation policies that equate Blacks to other minorities. In the area of government, Blacks can focus efforts to change the flawed foundation policies that equate Blacks to other minorities. We have made the case for corrective treatment of Blacks. Public policy should spell out the case for other groups generally included in the minority category. The justification is not the same as the case for Blacks. We should seek government breakup of the racial monopolies that are established and protected by government and function under government operational authority, such as broadcasting and telephone services. The entities that result from the breakup should be redistributed to correct the historical exclusion of Blacks from ownership. Blacks should seek to own local telephone systems and serve predominantly Black neighborhoods and cities. This step will take creative arrangements with current local service providers, favorable regulatory policies, or the purchase of local exchanges. Blacks can establish a massive Black national news and talk show network that offers Blacks programming, information, and a means of communicating. It would also provide a means to build images that we choose and spread information for and about us. Black weekly newspapers can combine to produce a national daily black newspaper. In addition, in addition to expanding the information base, in addition, blah 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 blah. In addition to expanding the information base for Black America, this shift can offer operational options to many of the weeklies, weeklies that are struggling. In the area of print media, we can also develop a national book distribution system and a chain of bookstores. This could consolidate publishing industry entities and provide economies of scale as an option for the numerous black owned bookstores that are not profitable but are important institutions in their neighborhoods. The music and entertainment industry strategy. Build businesses around racial and cultural niches. Vertical businesses can be built wherever a group has access to the raw resources that are the staples of the industry. In vertical integration, whoever controls the raw resources and markets will reap the profits. They can leverage their position to control middlemen and other support businesses such as distributors, promoters, marketers, and manufacturers of tangible properties. Music industry represents another industry that lends itself to vertical integration. The music created by people of African descent is the foundation of this nation's popular music, as well as the music of Latin America and the Caribbean islands. Black music, in its various forms, is a $100 billion industry, of which black people themselves receive less than 1%. The mere fact that the raw music products have always radiated out of black culture, black churches, black communities, and black people themselves make a vertically integrated music industry an option. Okay. The mere fact that the raw music products have always radiated out of black culture, black churches, black communities, and black people themselves make a vertically integrated music industry an option. Okay. If blacks make a commitment to it by recapturing our musical heritage, we would be in position to commercialize our cultural assets to build wealth, income, employment, and business opportunities within our communities. We could re identify with the primary source of our musical inspiration, the black church. In black churches, aspiring black singers and musicians are given a venue for their musical gifts. Again, the church and communities can become breeding grounds for black musical talent. Vertical vertical integration would begin at the raw material level, the churches, then expand upward to talent agencies, recording studios, distribution networks, and finally to a national chain of retail outlets. By establishing our own production, distribution, and retailing economy, we could avoid the economic forces that currently dictate what black music can be produced and marketed. Most importantly, we could avoid having our own musical talent expropriated by whites who copy black artists, rename our music, place it in their halls of fame, and claim that black music belongs to the world. During the past several centuries, nearly all forms of black music were captured and exploited by the majority society. Whites have assimilated folk music, Dixieland, blues, jazz, and are working on gospel. Some far-sighted blacks have begun to move to control more of the processes in producing black music. Where there are efforts underway, we should encourage and support them. Where there are not, we should encourage those who can to try. We should encourage those who can to try. Opportunities through strategic alliances, strategy, building businesses within safe harbors by contracting with an established company. It is not always necessary for blacks to reinvent the wheel in order to start a successful business. We can build safe harbor businesses by filling gaps within existing mainstream businesses. Strategic alliances linked to a major company are examples of safe harbor business opportunities. Most major corporations believe it is cheaper to contract with an outside company to perform functions rather than to bear the in-house production expense. For example, some major manufacturers find it cheaper to supply their customers with components and parts rather than a totally assembled piece of merchandise. Putting those parts into a kit is an example of a process that a business might contract out or enter into a strategic alliance with a smaller business to perform. This form of assembling is called kitting. Large corporations like Ford Motor Company, IBM, and Lucent Technologies award contracts to firms that do nothing but kit various kinds of merchandise. A kitting company would need logistical software, large open assembling space and tables, and a labor force. Other good business opportunities exist simply because in every industry there are production and product gaps. For instance, would rather buy a textile company would rather buy buttons than to produce them in house. Would rather buy buttons than produce them in house. A person could operate a business producing and marketing buttons if he or she could get enough textile manufacturers to produce the buttons. No business, regardless of size, can cover every single aspect of the business. So, the company elects to leave the production gap in place and subcontract with a smaller firm to provide the service or the product, the service or the product to fill the gap. Okay. In both strategic alliances and contract opportunities, vertical integration occurs within a plant itself and then links to support services and suppliers. Blacks should seek strategic alliances and contract opportunities with companies that produce products of which blacks are disproportionate consumers, such as long distance telephone service, sports and recreational equipment, apparel, new and used cars and trucks, and food. Every company that receives a sizable portion of its profit from black consumers should be expected to enter into contracts or strategic alliances with black owned companies located in black communities. Every company that receives a sizable portion of its profit from black consumers should be expected to enter into contracts with or strategic alliances with black owned companies located in black communities. Conclusion. You have now finished the how to industrialize chapter. In this chapter, we learn the important role that industrialization played in wealth building and how laws and public policies prohibited black people from participating in or benefiting from the various industrial revolutions. In order to catch up and compete in the developing technological economies, we must make industrializing black communities a group priority. We need industries to develop and give us our own technological base. We discussed a number of ways in which Black America can industrialize based on competitive advantages. Competitive advantages. Okay, to give the reader a jump start in building black industries, we suggested different kinds of industries that could be built around Powernomics principles and the empowerment tools of vertical integration and ethno aggregation. This part of the Powernomics plan requires special leadership to focus on the Powernomics empowerment goals. It is beyond the scope of this chapter or this book to develop detailed business plans. However, the Powernomics Enterprise Corporation has gone further and actually started developing vertical industries. The Powernomics Enterprise Corporation has begun to build a vertically integrated seafood industry. Okay. Powernomics Enterprise. Seafood. Okay. Chapter 7, Practicing Group Politics. 51. Practicing Group Politics. Transform weakness into power by getting others to play with cards that your group deals. Having examined the historical nature of Black America's wealth and power dilemma and how blacks can construct an alternative economic structure, we now turn our attention to the next logical step: how to use the political process to redistribute wealth and resource power into our own hands. The strategies for solution arise out of the nature of politics and its role. Politics, as we know it, is relatively new. The word and concept first appeared in English around 1529 with the beginning of black enslavement and the early stages of industrialism. The term politics was borrowed from an old French word, politique, politique, and it emerged from the struggle to control the increased spoils of power and wealth produced by black slavery. The struggle to control the increased spoils of power and wealth produced by black slavery. Modern social scientists, philosophers, and politicians define politics in whatever way suits their purposes or fancies. In espousing their views, they most often define politics as the art of compromise or the art of the possible. However, for our purpose, these definitions are meaningless. They say nothing about the real nature of politics and the rules of the game. In the real world, politics can best be defined as a process that decides who gets what material benefits out of life. In the real world, politics can be defined as a process that decides who gets what material benefits out of life. The process, a process that decides who gets what material benefits out of life. Politics. Who gets what's benefits? What? All right. Politics is about power. It decides who has food, income, education, shelter, heat, and health care. It allows the nation's political elite and overclass to play gatekeeper. They dispense resources on a trickle down basis. Those who are the closest to them at the top get the lion's share first, while those on the bottom get the least and last. In a competitive society, there is little, if any, incentive to look out for an underdog group. Blacks are the outgroup, and they can rest assured, can be, should be, can be, rest assured that the overclass will make all the political decisions in their best interest rather than the interest of black Americans. Ándale pues, ándale pues. I promise promise you. I promise you. Yeah, man. Andale pues, let's go. All right, I see populars. Thank you for the populars. Lady Sims, you are a lady and you are a scholar and a lady. Lady Jens, Lady Sims. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the support. Look at that. 8K. I've never had 8,000. I've never had over, I don't know how many. 8,000. 8.9K likes. That is wonderful. Now, it is time to get our exercise on. Move the body. Move that body. Move that body. Move that body. Move that body. Come on. Come on. Come on, y'all. Work that body. Move that body. Work that body. All right, now. Time for me to not get fat. Get unfat. I've been playing around too long. It's that eating. You know I love to eat. That needs to change. So we're gonna try this time. That eating. You can't outwork, can't out exercise those calories. Don't eat. But you can still work out. Still work out. Better than not working out. Work that body. That body. Work that body. Ándale pues, muchachitos. Work that body. Move that body. Work that body. Work that body. Move that body. Work that body. That body. That body. It is time to move that body. I like to move it. I like to move it. I like to move it. You like to move it. I like to move it. I like to move it.
You whitewash with lies.
We
Worthless
like to
positions are you
move
holding?
it.
Oh, that you would keep silent, and it would be your wisdom. Hear now my argument, and listen to the pleadings of my lips.
Boy,
Will you speak falsely for God, and speak deceitfully for him? Will you show partiality toward him? Will you plead the case for God? Will it be well with you when he
I
searches
like to
you out?
move
Or
it.
can you deceive him as one deceives a man? He will surely rebuke you if in secret you show partiality. Will not his majesty terrify you, and the dread of him fall upon you?
Come on.
Your maxims are proverbs of ashes.
I like
Your
to
defenses
move
are
it.
defenses of clay.
I like to move it.
Let me have silence, and I will speak, and let come on me what may. Why should I take my flesh in my teeth, and put my life in my hand? Though he slay me, I will hope.
I will.
Yet
Though
I will
he
argue
slay
my
me.
ways to his face. This will be my salvation,
Right.
that the godless shall not come before him. Keep listening to my words, and let my
Come on.
declaration be in your ears. Behold, I have prepared my case. I know that I shall be in the right. Who is there who will contend with me?
All right, come on.
For then I would be silent and die. Only grant me two things. Then I will not hide myself from your face. Withdraw your hand far from me, and let not dread of you terrify me. Then call, and I will answer, or let me speak, and you reply to me. How many are my iniquities and my sins? Make me know my transgression and my sin. Why do you hide your face and count me as your enemy? Will you frighten a driven leaf and pursue dry chaff? For you write bitter things against me and make me inherit the iniquities of my youth. You put my feet in the stocks and watch all my paths. You set a limit for the soles of my feet. Man wastes away like a rotten thing, like a garment that is moth-eaten. Chapter 14. Man who is born of a woman is few of days and full of trouble. He comes out like a flower and withers. He flees like a shadow and continues not. And do you open your eyes on such a one and bring me into judgment with you? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? There is not one. Since his days are determined, and the number of his months is with you, and you have appointed his limits that he cannot pass, look away from him and leave him alone, that he may enjoy like a hired hand his day. For there is hope for a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that its shoots will not cease. Though its root grow old in the earth, and its stump die in the soil, and at the scent of water it will bud and put out branches like a young plant. But a man dies and is laid low. Man breathes his last, and where is he? As waters fail from a lake and a river wastes away and dries up, so a man lies down and rises not again. Till the heavens are no more, he will not awake, or be roused out of his sleep. Oh, that you would hide me in Sheol, that you would conceal me until your wrath be past, that you would appoint me a set time and remember me. If a man dies, shall he live again?
If a man
All
dies,
the days
shall
of
he
my
live
service I
again?
would wait till my renewal should come. You would call,
If a
and I would
man
answer
dies,
you.
shall he
You
live
would long
again?
for the work of your hands.
Oh, yeah.
For then you would number my steps. You
This
would
is
not
not
keep
it.
watch over my sin. My transgression would be sealed
This
up
is
in a
not
bag,
it.
and you would cover over my iniquity. But the mountain falls and crumbles away, and the rock is removed from its place. The waters wear away the stones. The torrents wash away the soil of the earth. So you destroy the hope of man. You prevail forever against him, and he passes. You change his countenance and send him away. His sons come to honor, and he does not know it. They are brought low, and he perceives it not. He feels only the pain of his own body, and he mourns only for himself.
Please log on to Wowie.com now, so your super tractor can automatically track your progress.
Chapter 15. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, should a wise man answer with
All right,
windy
come on.
knowledge and fill his belly with the
Get her
east
done.
Should he argue in unprofitable talk and words with which he can do no good? But you are doing away with the
All right,
fear of
y'all.
God,
Come on.
hindering meditation before God. For your iniquity teaches your mouth, and you choose the tongue of the crafty.
Don't
Your
overdo
own
it.
mouth condemns you, and not I.
You're
Your
gonna
own
use
lips
dumbbells.
testify
Get your
against you.
dumbbells.
Are you the first man who was born? Or
Get
were
your
you not
water.
placed before the hills?
And tie.
Have you listened in the counsel of God?
Get your
And
tear.
do you limit
For your
wisdom to
dips.
yourself?
Start with the
What do you
strip.
know that we do not
Ready?
know? What do you
Stretch.
understand that is not clear to us?
Roll
Both
to
the
the
gray-haired
right.
and the aged are among us, older than your father. Are the comforts
Roll
of
to the
God too
left.
small for you, or the word that deals gently
Left
with you?
ear.
Why does your heart
Roll.
carry you away? And why do your eyes flash that you turn your spirit against God and bring such words out of your mouth? What is man that he can be
Breathe.
pure? Or he who is born of a woman
No
that he can be
breathe.
righteous?
No life.
Behold, God puts no trust in his Holy One, and the heavens are not pure in his sight.
Right.
How much less one who is
Side.
abominable and corrupt, a man who
Left
drinks
side.
injustice like water. I will show you.
Is your
Here.
neck nice
And
and
what I've
warm?
seen, I will declare.
Shoulder.
What wise men
Move
have
the
told
shoulder.
without hiding it from their fathers.
Shoulder to the
whom
back.
alone the land was given.
Shoulder
and
to
no
the back.
stranger passed
Shoulder
among
to
them.
the front.
The wicked
Shoulder
man
to the
lies
front.
in pain all his days. Through all the years that are laid up for the
Stretch out
righteous.
the right shoulder.
Dreadful sounds are in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer will come upon him. He does not believe that he will return out of darkness, and he is marked for the sword. He wanders abroad for bread, saying, "Where is it?" He knows that a day of darkness is ready at his hand. Distress and anguish terrify him. They prevail against him like a king ready for battle. Because he has stretched out his hand against God and defies the Almighty, running stubbornly against him with a thickly bossed shield. Because he has covered his face with his fast and gathered fat upon his waist,
Take a deep
and has
breath.
lived in desolate cities, in houses that none should inhabit, which are ready to become heaps of
Turn the
ruin.
right foot out.
He will not be rich, and his wealth will not endure, nor will his possessions spread over the earth. He will not depart from darkness. The flame will dry up his shoots, and by the breath of his
Don't
mouth,
strain or bounce.
let him not trust in emptiness,
Turn that
deceiving himself,
foot out.
for
Turn the
emptiness
foot
will be his
out.
payment.
Reach
It
up.
will be paid
Look
in
up.
full before his time, and his branch will not be green. He will
Don't
shake off
strain or
his unripe
bounce.
grape like the vine, and
Stretch.
cast off his blossom like the olive
Chest
tree.
stretch.
For the company of the
Wide
godless
across
is
the
barren,
chest.
and fire consumes the tents of bribery.
How we doing
They
back there,
conceive trouble
everybody?
and give birth to evil, and their womb prepares deceit.
Big starch through the big tall stretch right across the
Chapter
street.
16.
Holy swan.
Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are you all. Shall all these words have an end? Or what provokes you that you answer? I also could speak as you do if you were in my place. I could join words together against you and shake my head at you. I could strengthen you with my mouth, and the solace of my lips would assuage your pain.
Come
If
on.
I speak, my pain is not assuaged. And if I forbear, how much of it leaves me? Surely now God has worn me out. He has made desolate all my
To
company.
the other side.
Shriveled me up,
Stretch.
which is a witness
Head
against
to
me.
the shoot.
And my
Head to the
leanness
feet.
has
Head
risen
to
up
feet.
against me. It
Feet to the
testifies
head.
to my face. He has torn me in his wrath and hated me.
Exhale.
He has gnashed his teeth at me. My adversary sharpens his eyes
Right
against me.
side.
Men have gaped at me with their mouth.
Knee over the
They
ankle.
struck me insolently on the cheek. They massed themselves
Don't
together
feel the
against me.
stretch.
God gives me up to the ungodly and casts me into the hands of the wicked.
Exhale hard. The
I
left
was
side.
at ease and he broke me apart. He seized me by the neck and dashed me to pieces. He set me up as his target.
Center.
His archers surround me.
Turn.
He slashes open my
To the
kidneys
right.
and does not spare. He pours
Run and
out my
stretch.
gall on the ground.
Run a
He
stretch.
breaks me with breach upon
Back leg.
breach. He runs
Straight.
upon me like a warrior. I have sewed sackcloth upon my
Raise
skin
the
and have laid my strength in the dust. My face is red with weeping, and on my eyelids is deep darkness.
Come on.
Although there is no violence in my hand,
down.
and my prayer is pure. O earth, cover not my blood,
Come on
and let
up.
my cry find
again.
no resting place.
Up again.
Even now,
Number 2.
behold, my witness is in
Down.
heaven, and he who testifies
Down.
for me
Up.
is on high. My friends strain my
Exhale
eye
to the
pours
left.
out tears to God, that he would
Same
argue
thing.
the case of a man with God,
Toes
as a
up.
son of man does with his neighbor. For when a few years
Get
have
flexible.
passed,
Get
I shall go
flexible.
the way from which I
Down.
shall not return.
Up, 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 up.
Chapter 17.
And down.
My spirit
Last
is
one up.
broken. My days
Back
are
to center.
spent. The graveyard is
Gonna
ready.
do a waist stretch.
Surely there are mockers about me, and my eye
Reach
dwells
up.
on their provocation. Lay down a pledge for me with you. Who is there who will put up security for me? Since you have closed their hearts to understanding, therefore you will not let them triumph. He who
Come on
appoints
down.
desperate friends to get a share of their property, the eyes of his children will fail. He has made me a byword of the peoples, and I am one before whom men
Feel that?
spit.
Do
My
you
eyes
feel the
are dim
stretch?
from vexation,
Can you
and all
feel
my
it?
members are like a shadow.
Can you feel it?
Right are appalled
Can you
at the
feel
wicked,
it?
stirs himself up against the
These are
godless.
bad.
Yet the righteous
Here's the
keep
last
his
thing
way,
to come.
and he who has clean hands
Raise
is
up
strong
slow,
as
as they say.
But you, come on again,
All right,
all of you,
push-ups first.
and I shall not find a
Come on,
wise
here we
man
go.
among you. My days are past, my plans are broken off, the desires of my heart. They make night into day. The light, they say, is near to the darkness. If I hope for Sheol as my house, if I make my bed in darkness, if I say to the pit, you are my father, and to the worm, my mother, or my sister, where then is my hope? Who will see my hope? Will it go down to the bars of Sheol? Shall we descend together into the dust?
You wait, Sean's got the resistance bands, one foot's in front of the other.
Chapter 18.
Bend those knees, you're gonna reach down below your feet.
Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said,
Pulling your pants.
how long will you hunt for words? Consider, and then we will speak. Why are we counted as cattle? Why are we stupid in your sight? You who tear yourself in your anger, shall the earth be forsaken for you?
Don't strain
and
back.
be removed out of
Reach a
its
little bit lower,
place?
get more range of motion.
Indeed, the light of the wicked is put out, and the flame
Don't
of his
strain
mind does
back.
not shine.
Sean, good.
The light is dark in his tent, and his
Nice
lamp above him is put
Nice
out.
straight back. Nobody's gonna
His
get hurt.
strong
That's
steps are
really
shortened,
important.
and his own schemes throw him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walks on its mesh.
We're almost
A
there.
trap seizes him by the heel, a snare lays hold of him. A rope is hidden for him in the ground, a trap for him in the path.
Bands,
Terrors frighten him on every side and chase him at his heels. His strength is famished, and calamity is ready for his stumbling. It consumes the parts of his skin, the firstborn of death consumes his limb. He is torn from the tent in which he trusted, and is brought to the king of terrors. In his tent dwells that which is none of his. Sulfur is scattered over his habitation. His roots dry up beneath, and his branches wither above.
good, Sean.
His memory perishes from the earth, and he has no name in
Hit the
the
bands,
street.
makes it really, really tough.
He is thrust from light into darkness, and
Bend those
driven
knees a
out of the
little.
world.
Excellent.
He has no posterity or progeny among his people, and no survivor where he used to live. They of the west are appalled at his day, and horror seizes them of the east. Surely such are the dwellings of the unrighteous. Such is the place of him who knows not God.
Bring them right up. Right. Simple, standard. Just like that.
Chapter 19.
Make sure the arms are already
Then Job answered and
Here we
said,
go. Let's check on the guy's mouth.
how long will you torment me and break me in pieces with words?
Sean.
These 10 times you have cast reproach upon me. Are you not ashamed to wrong me? And even if it be true that I have erred, my error remains with myself. If indeed you magnify yourselves against me and make my disgrace an argument against me, know then that God has put me in the wrong and closed his net about me. Behold, I cry out, violence, but I am not answered. I call for help, but there is no justice. He has walled up my way so that I cannot pass, and he has set darkness upon my path.
Left hand's on the
He
hip.
has stripped from me my glory and taken the crown from my head.
Down. Raise it
He
up.
breaks me down on every side, and I am gone. And my hope has he pulled up
See
like
the
a
straight
tree.
line from here to here?
He has
Really
kindled his wrath against me and
also wanna
counts
drop
me
that
as
arm
his
a little
adversary.
parallel.
His troops come on together. They have cast up their siege ramp against me and encamp around my tent. He has put my brothers far from me, and those who knew me are wholly estranged
Heads up,
from me.
chest up, knees bent.
My relatives have failed me. My close friends have forgotten me. The guests in my house
Remember,
and
you're
my
doing 8 to 15
maidservants
reps
count me
here.
as a
We
stranger.
switch sides, right,
I become a
left side.
foreigner in their eyes. I call to my servant, but he gives me no answer. I must plead with him with my mouth for mercy. My breath is strange to my wife, and I am a stench to the children of my own mother. Even young children despise me when I rise or talk against me. All my intimate friends abhor me, and those whom I loved have turned against me.
Same form,
My bones stick to my skin and to my flesh, and I have escaped by the skin of my teeth. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. Oh, you my friends, for the hand of God has
shoulder
touched
issue,
me.
remember, you can always do a kick.
Why do you, like God, pursue me?
It's an option.
Why are you not satisfied with my flesh?
See how you got it.
Oh, that my words were written. Oh, that they were inscribed in a book.
You don't need any help.
Oh, that with an iron pen and lead they were engraved in the rock forever.
Nice.
For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been thus destroyed, yet in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. My heart faints within me.
Start in one corner.
If you
Through this
say,
direction,
how we
two
will
back.
pursue him, and
Nice and tall,
the root of the
very
matter
low.
is found
Here
in
we go.
him.
Right leg
Be
first.
afraid of the sword,
These are the end.
for wrath brings the
Step.
punishment of the
Left
sword,
leg.
that you may know there is a judgment.
That's two. Back again. Right leg.
Chapter 20.
Up. Back legs are nice and straight, you guys.
Then Zophar the
Boom, make sure that
Naamathite
knee's over the
answered and
ankle.
said,
And let's turn.
Therefore my
Here we go.
thoughts answer me because of my haste within me.
Back leg
I
straight.
hear censure
Let's see the
that
form.
insults me, and out of my understanding a spirit answers me.
Turn for me.
Do you not know this from of old, since man was placed on earth,
See how straight that
that
leg
the
is?
exulting of the wicked is short, and the joy of the godless but for a moment?
And turn.
Though his
Last
height
one.
mount up to the heavens, and his head reach to the clouds, he will perish forever like his own dung. Those who have seen him will say, Where is he?
Turn and come back.
He will fly away like a dream and not be found. He will be chased away like a vision of the night. The eye that saw him will see him no more, nor will his place any
Send
more
around one.
behold
We're
him.
gonna stretch.
His children will seek the favor of the poor, and his hand will give back his wealth. His bones are full of his youthful
You
vigor,
don't feel that.
but it will lie down with him in the dust. Though evil is sweet in his mouth, though he hides it under his tongue, though he is loath to let it go and holds it in his mouth, yet his food is turned in his stomach. It is the venom of cobras within him.
Nice and tall.
He swallows down riches and vomits them up again.
Go back to the right
God
leg. We're gonna
casts
stretch
them out of his belly.
the hand with that right leg
He will
out.
suck the poison of cobras. The tongue of a viper will kill him. He will not look upon the rivers, the streams flowing with honey and curds. He will give back the fruit of his toil and will not swallow it down. In the profit of his trading he will get no enjoyment.
Switch sides.
For he has
Here we go.
crushed
Side.
and abandoned the poor. He has seized a house that he did not build.
Nice.
Because he knew no contentment in his belly, he will not let anything in which he delights escape him.
Back and forth.
There was nothing left after he had eaten. Therefore his prosperity will not endure.
That's wide feet. Here we go. So we're
In the
chest.
fullness of his sufficiency, he will be in distress. The hand of everyone in misery will come against him. To fill his belly to the full, God will send his burning anger against him and rain it upon him into his body. He will flee from an iron weapon. A bronze arrow will strike him through.
And
It is drawn forth and comes out of his body. The glittering point comes out of his
see you
gallbladder.
guys.
Terrors come
Same as the
upon him.
first round.
Utter darkness is laid up for his treasures. A fire not fanned will devour him. What is left in his tent will be consumed.
Hold.
The heavens will reveal his iniquity, and the earth will rise up against him. The possessions of his house will be carried away, dragged off in the day of God's
8 to
wrath.
15 reps on
This is the wicked man's portion from God, the heritage decreed for him by
Nice,
God.
nice breathe. Here we go. To left,
Chapter 21.
hold, and up,
Then Job answered and said,
and up.
Keep listening to my words, and let this be your comfort.
Like heavy pants,
Bear with
same
me, and I
position.
will speak. And after I have spoken, mock on.
Flying like
As for me, is my complaint against man? Why should I not be impatient?
nice and
Look at me and be appalled, and lay your hand over your mouth.
nice.
When I remember, I am dismayed, and shuddering seizes my flesh.
Good.
Why do the wicked live, reach old age, and grow mighty in power? Their offspring are established in their presence, and their descendants before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, and no rod of God is upon them.
You got a few more
Their
reps to
bull
go.
breeds without fail, their cow calves and does not miscarry. They send out their little boys like a flock, and their children dance. They sing to the tambourine and the lyre, and rejoice to the sound of the pipes. They spend their days in prosperity, and in peace they go down to Sheol. They say to God, Depart from us. We do not desire the knowledge of your ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit do we get if we pray to him?
Just like that.
Behold, is not their prosperity in their hand? The counsel of the wicked is far from them. How often is it that the lamp of the wicked is put out, that the calamity comes upon them? That God distributes pains in his anger, that they are like straw before the wind and like chaff that the storm carries away. You say, God stores up their iniquity for their children. Let him pay it out to them, that they may know it, that their own eyes see their destruction, and let them drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what do they care for their houses after them, when the number of their months is cut off? Will any teach God knowledge, seeing that he judges those who are on high? One dies in his full vigor, being wholly at ease and secure, his pails full of milk, and the marrow of his bones moist. Another dies in bitterness of soul, never having tasted of prosperity. They lie down alike in the dust, and the worms cover them. Behold, I know your thoughts and your schemes to wrong me. For you say, where is the house of the prince? Where is the tent in which the wicked live? Have you not asked those who travel the roads, and do you not accept their testimony, that the evil man is spared in the day of calamity, that he is rescued in the day of wrath? Who declares his way to his face, and who repays him for what he has done? When he is carried to the grave, watch is kept over his tomb. The clods of the valley are sweet to him. All mankind follows after him, and those who go before him are innumerable. How then will you comfort me with empty nothings? There is nothing left of your answers but falsehood. Chapter 22. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, can a man be profitable to God? Surely he who is wise is profitable to himself. Is it any pleasure to the Almighty if you are in the right, or is it gain to him if you make your ways blameless? Is it for your fear of him that he reproves you and enters into judgment with you? Is not your evil abundant? There is no end to your iniquities. For you have exacted pledges of your brothers for nothing, and stripped the naked of their clothing. You have given no water to the weary to drink, and you have withheld bread from the hungry. The man with power possessed the land, and the favored man lived in it. You have sent widows away empty, and the arms of the fatherless were crushed. Therefore snares are all around you, and sudden terror overwhelms you, or darkness so that you cannot see, and a flood of water covers you. Is not God high in the heavens? See the highest stars, how lofty they are. But you say, what does God know? Can he judge through the deep darkness? Thick clouds veil him so that he does not see, and he walks on the vault of heaven. Will you keep to the old way that wicked men trod? They were snatched away before their time. Their foundation was washed away. They said to God, depart from us. And what can the Almighty do to us? Yet he filled their houses with good things. But the counsel of the wicked is far from me. The righteous see it and are glad. The innocent one mocks at them, saying, surely our adversaries are cut off, and what they left, the fire has consumed. Agree with God and be at peace. Thereby good will come to you. Receive instruction from his mouth and lay up his words in your heart. If you return to the Almighty, you will be built up. If you remove injustice far from your tents, if you lay gold in the dust, and gold and Ophir among the stones of the torrent bed, then the Almighty will be your gold and your precious silver. For then you will delight yourself in the Almighty and lift up your face to God. You will make your prayer to him, and he will hear you, and you will pay your vows. You will decide on a matter, and it will be established for you, and light will shine on your ways. But when they're humbled, you say, it is because of pride. But he saves the lowly. He delivers even the one who is not innocent, who will be delivered through the quickness of your hands.
Let's get that right hamstring and calf. Up.
Chapter 23. Then Job answered and said, today also my complaint is bitter. My hand is heavy on account of my groaning.
Big chest scratcher.
Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat.
Let's do it again.
I would lay my case before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know what he would answer me and understand what he would say to me. Would he contend with me in the greatness of his power? No, he would pay attention to me. There an upright man could argue with him, and I would be acquitted forever by my judge. Behold, I go forward, that he is not there, and backward, that I do not perceive him. On the left hand, when he is working, I do not behold him. He turns to the right hand, but I do not see him. But he knows the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come out as gold. My foot is held fast to his steps. I have kept his way and have not turned aside. have not departed from the commandment of his lips. I have treasured the words of his mouth more than my portion of food. But he is unchangeable, and who can turn him back? What he desires, that he does. For he will complete what he appoints for me, and many such things are in his mind. Therefore I am terrified at his presence. When I consider, I am in dread of him. God has made my heart faint. The Almighty has terrified me. For I am not silenced because of the darkness, nor because thick darkness covers my face. Chapter 24. Why are not times of judgment kept by the Almighty? And why do those who know him never see his days? Some move landmarks, they seize flocks and pasture them. They drive away the donkey of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They thrust the poor off the road. The poor of the earth all hide themselves. Behold, like wild donkeys in the desert, the poor go out to their toil, seeking gain. The wasteland yields food for their children. They gather their fodder in the field, and they glean the vineyards of the wicked man. They lie all night naked, without clothing, and have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the rain of the mountains and cling to the rock for lack of shelter. There are those who snatch the fatherless child from the breast, and they take a pledge against the poor. They go about naked, without clothing. Hungry, they carry the sheaves. Among the olive rows of the wicked they make oil. They tread the wine presses, but suffer thirst. From out of the city the dying groans, and the soul of the wounded cries for help. Yet God charges no one with wrong. There are those who rebel against the light, who are not acquainted with its ways, and do not stay in its paths. The murderer rises before it is light, that he may kill the poor and needy, and in the night he is like a thief. The eye of the adulterer also waits for the twilight, saying, no eye will see me, and he veils his face. In the dark they dig through houses. By day they shut themselves up. They do not know the light. For deep darkness is morning to all of them. For they are friends with the terrors of deep darkness. You say, swift are they on the face of the waters. Their portion is cursed in the land. No treader turns toward their vineyards. Drought and heat snatch away the snow waters. So does Sheol those who have sinned. The womb forgets them. The worm finds them sweet. They are no longer remembered. So wickedness is broken like a tree. They wrong the barren, childless woman, and do no good to the widow. Yet God prolongs the life of the mighty by his power. They rise up and they despair of life. He gives them security. They are supported, and his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted a little while and then are gone. They are brought low and gathered up like all others. They are cut off like the heads of grain. If it is not so, who will prove me a liar and show that there is nothing in what I say?
Get your weights. We're doing 21, so it's a bicep exercise.
Chapter
7 low,
25.
7 high, 7 all the way.
Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, Dominion and fear are with God. He makes peace in his high heaven. Is there any number to his armies? Upon whom does his light not arise? How then can man be in the right before God? How can he who is born of woman be pure? Behold, even the moon is not bright, and the stars are not pure in his eyes. How much less man, who is a maggot, and the son of man, who is a worm? Chapter 26. Then Job answered and said, How you have helped him who has no power. How you have saved the arm that has no strength. How you have counseled him who has no wisdom, and perfectly declared sound knowledge. With whose help have you uttered words, and whose breath has come out from you? The dead tremble under the waters and their inhabitants. Sheol is naked before God, and Abaddon has no covering. He stretches out the north over the void and hangs the earth on nothing. He binds up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not split open under them. He covers the face of the full moon and spreads over it his clouds. He has inscribed a circle on the face of the waters at the boundary between light and darkness. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astounded at his rebuke. By his power he stilled the sea. By his understanding he shattered Rahab. By his wind the heavens were made fair. His
You see their
hand
face?
pierced the
Not
fleeing
rushing,
serpent.
not overdoing it.
Behold, these are but the outskirts of his ways, and how small a whisper do we hear of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand?
2 more, you guys. Okay. All right.
Chapter 27. And Job again took up his discourse and said,
Close.
As God lives, who has taken away my right, and the Almighty, who has made my soul bitter, as long as my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils, my lips will not speak falsehood, and my tongue will not utter deceit. Far be it from me to say that you are right. Till I die, I will not put away my integrity from me.
She's not going knock.
I hold fast my righteousness and will not let it go. My heart does not reproach me for any of my days. Let my enemy be as the wicked, and let him who rises up against me be as the unrighteous. For what is the hope of the godless when God cuts him off, when God takes away his life? Will God hear his cry when distress comes upon him? Will he take delight in the Almighty? Will he call upon God at all times? I will teach you concerning the hand of God.
Oh, that's so nice.
What is with the Almighty I will not conceal. Behold, all of you have seen it yourselves. Why then have you become altogether vain?
It's like this.
This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage that oppressors receive from the Almighty. If his children are multiplied, it is for the sword, and his descendants have not enough bread. Those who survive him the pestilence buries, and his widows do not weep. Though he heap up silver like dust, and pile up clothing like clay, he may pile it up,
We got 2 more.
but the righteous will wear it, and the innocent will divide the silver.
Last one. All right,
He
let's
builds his house like a moth, like a booth that a watchman makes. He goes to bed rich, but will do so no more. He opens his eyes, and his wealth is gone. Terrors overtake him like a flood. In the night, a whirlwind carries him off. The east wind lifts him up, and he is gone. It sweeps him out of his place. It hurls at him without pity. He flees from its power in headlong flight. It claps its hands at him and hisses at him from its place.
Deep breaths. Here we go. Pull wide across the chest.
Chapter 28.
1 more. Here we go.
Surely there is a mine for silver and a place for gold that they refine.
Front.
Iron is taken out of the earth and copper is smelted from the ore.
Front. Last
Man
one.
puts an end to darkness and searches out to the farthest limit, the ore in gloom and deep
Nice work, you
darkness.
guys. Thank you very, very much.
He opens shafts in a valley away from where anyone lives. They are forgotten by travelers. They hang in the air, far away from mankind. They swing to and fro. As for the earth, out of it comes bread, but underneath it is turned up as by fire. Its stones are the place of sapphires, and it has dust of gold. That path no bird of prey knows, and the falcon's eye has not seen it. The proud beasts have not climbed, the lion has not passed over it. Man puts his hand to the flinty rock and overturns mountains by the roots. He cuts out channels in the rocks, and his eye sees every precious thing. He dams up the streams.
I don't know what to say for you. Hello, Eleanor. Hello, Eleanor. Hello, Lucy. What to say for you?
So here is a very interesting picture of Jesus searching the church, distinguishing in the church among those who are holding faithfully and those who are wandering. And what he's calling on here is that Christians should not move from the truth. They should follow their Savior. They should stand firm to the end on what they are committed. On what they are committed to.
How much do we care about truth today? Are we as concerned about false teaching and false practices in the church as Jesus is? Hi, I'm Nathan W. Bingham, and thank you for joining us for this Saturday edition of Renewing Your Mind. Jesus has very strong language in his letters to the churches in Pergamum, Thyatira, and Sardis, as error has crept in, and some are being deceived. You can study all of these letters in Revelation, in fact, the entirety of Revelation, when you request the Blessed Hope series before midnight tonight with your donation. Simply give your gift at renewingyourmind.org, and we'll get the DVD set to you. Well, today, Ligonier Chairman and Teaching Fellow W. Robert Godfrey unpacks these 3 letters in the book of Revelation, and he urges us to hold fast to the revealed Word of God. Here's Dr. Godfrey.
We return now to our look at this first cycle in the book of the Revelation, the letters to the 7 churches. And we're to the 3rd letter to the church in Pergamum. And to the angel of the church of Pergamum write, the words of him who has the sharp 2-edged sword. I know where you live, where Satan's throne is. Yet you hold fast my name, and you did not deny my faith even in the days of Antipas, my faithful witness, who was killed among you, where Satan dwells. But I have a few things against you. You have some there who hold the teachings of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the sons of Israel so that they might eat food sacrificed to idols and practice sexual immorality. So also you have some who hold the teaching of the Nicolaitans. Therefore repent. If not, I will come to you soon and war against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone with a new name written on the stone that no one knows except the one who receives it. Here now we come to these 3 churches that are partly commended and partly criticized. And the church in Pergamum did face, I was going to say uniquely difficult, but certainly a very difficult situation. Pergamum was an important city, a prominent city, and it was a local Roman capital. So there was a very strong imperial presence in the city, and that put strain on the Christian community. If the civil government decided to persecute Christians, in some places they had to send out persecution letters or persecutors. But here in Pergamum, there's already a strong Roman presence and power, and so Christians were at risk. Also in Pergamum was a very large temple to Zeus. And so it was one of these cities where the presence of the pagan religion was particularly powerful economically as well as spiritually. And so there was a lot of pressure on the church in Pergamum. And that's why Jesus says to that church in verse 13 of chapter 2, I know where you live, where Satan's throne is. That may be a dual reference, both to the political power, the throne of Rome, but also Zeus was usually portrayed sitting in a throne. So here is a kind of double reference to what was going on there and the pressures that they found themselves under. And the great call then is not to be drawn into idolatry. And then that is often linked to immorality. It's just one word in Greek, immorality, and often in English it's translated sexual immorality, and it certainly can have that sense, but sometimes immorality in the Bible just means idolatry. So it's not two separate sins, it's two words for the same sin, and we're not exactly sure if that's true here. Is it just warning against idolatry, which is spiritual adultery, or is it two problems? The bigger problem here certainly seems to be the temptation of idolatry. And there's been a prominent martyr there, well known to the church, Antipas. And it's interesting that the Lord preserves his name here. We don't know much about Antipas, but we know he was a faithful martyr of Christ, and that the Lord remembers him and commemorates him here. Then we find another interesting phenomenon in the book, the taking of Old Testament concepts and using them symbolically to apply to a New Testament situation. So here the reference is to Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the sons of Israel. Here's a reference to the wandering in the wilderness, to the temptation of the Baal of Peor, the curse pronounced upon Israel. And if we're understanding this literally, are we to suppose that Balaam and Balak were resurrected for this occasion to come to the city of Pergamum? No, of course not. What John is saying on behalf of Jesus is this same kind of phenomenon of trying to curse the people of God, of trying to lead them astray into false worship that happened in the wilderness is now happening again. And we have to recognize these temptations that come again and again and to avoid them. And here is the second place where the Nicolaitans are mentioned. We'll come back to that if you're very, very good. That'll be your treat. And so here is the promise that the Lord will help them, that the Lord will save them when they repent, the call to listen to the call to repentance, and the promise that if they persevere, he will give them some of the hidden manna. Again, a reference to the wilderness experience, how God sustains his people with the bread of heaven. And of course, John wrote for us great chapter 6 of John's Gospel on Christ's declaration that he was the bread of heaven come down to earth, and that he feeds us with himself. And I will give him a white stone with a new name written on the stone that no one knows except the one who receives it. Again, Dr. Beale suggests that this white stone was probably a reference to the jury practice of deciding whether someone was innocent or guilty. And if you were found innocent, you were given a white stone. They used the white stone to vote about innocence or guilt. And so it's a